watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan. Well, DC leaders are rolling out a plan to revitalize a struggling downtown area, investing millions of dollars to help attract thousands of new people to live in the district. Our reporter, Marielle Carbone, following the story for us tonight. And Marielle, all this is happening as the city possibly loses two huge moneymakers.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. And that is part of the discussion here. But this whole plan is really to try and attract more visitors, businesses, and people to live, work, and visit the downtown. The whole unknown is how the teams possibly moving out could impact people moving in. Post-pandemic, DC's downtown is changing, with remote work removing people from the area and tax revenue dwindling.
Fewer workers has a big impact.
Some say it's more than that.
Well, if it was peace here and people really felt comfortable, people come down here every day, every night.
Mayor Muriel Bowser is trying to change the trend, launching a plan Monday to bring 15,000 new residents to downtown, investing $400 million over the next 5 years to do so, and focusing revitalization efforts on these 5 regions, including Chinatown, an area that faces a major blow to foot traffic as the battle to keep the Washington Wizards and Capitals heats up.
If our teams vacate, we're still going to be investing in the downtown.
Plans for Chinatown include the marketing of a cultural district, creating a play recreation space near the Portrait Gallery, and continuing negotiations to keep pro teams at Capital One. If the teams do leave, revamping the arena itself is still a priority in the plan.
It could be more interactive with the streets that surround it.
I don't know if it is a good move for the team overall. Maybe some short-term impact on DC, but I'm sure DC will survive.
Sid Cato says the teams don't make or break DC's downtown.
They need to probably stress a little bit more on security side.
And Bowser did say that safety is a top priority in this plan for all 5 of those areas that it covers. And we do know earlier this month that the city did launch its first safety hub corridor in Chinatown. So that is already starting in that area. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. Meanwhile, the bills to move the Capitals and Wizards to Virginia, they're dead in the General Assembly. But that does not mean the arena is out. Governor Glenn Youngkin could call a special session with a new bill proposed to create a sports authority for the project. Of course, we'll keep you updated. All new tonight, family and friends are begging for help. They hope someone knows something about a hit and run that killed a 27-year-old mother late Saturday night in Woodbridge, Virginia. Tonight, dozens of loved ones, you can see here, showed up to remember Carla Mejia. Northern Virginia reporter Max Marcilla joining us live from the intersection, Minaville Road and Bobcat Court. Max, obviously an emotional night. You can see all the flowers there and the crosses. As friends say, Carla radiated so much warmth and kindness.
Well, Chris, you can see the memorial left behind here, the flowers, the messages, the candles. If this is any sign of just how much love and support there was here tonight. I mean, it was a really touching night for the woman that everyone here knew as Casey, a mother of 2 and a friend to countless. Whether it's a friend to wipe away a tear or just to hold you tight, this is a group in need of love right now. And there was a lot of that here.
Tonight meant everything to me. I lost my best friend.
Kat Manzanares' best friend was 27-year-old Casey Mejia. Late Saturday night, she was walking across Miniville Road here in Woodbridge when she was hit by a driver and left there. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Police telling us initially they're looking for some type of Hyundai.
We encourage the public to let us know if they were in that area.
I don't know who in their right mind would do that and leave a human being that pure, that beautiful, that kind, even if they didn't know her.
2 days after the crash, this candlelight vigil for the woman these people say was a light herself.
She was a beautiful soul. She was always optimistic.
She just drew people to her and was just this force of nature that you couldn't ignore.
Dozens of people came out to share stories, holding tight to the memories with photos and candles in hand.
Warms my heart to see so many people to show the love that she truly deserved.
Hi, be safe.
As the remembrance came to a close, the signs of love remain on the ground and in the sky.
Casey, we love you.
She's touched my heart so hard.
And tonight in our conversation with police, they emphasized the importance of both driver and pedestrian safety because, Chris, unfortunately, this was the third time already this year that some pedestrian has been killed on a roadway here in Prince William County. Reporting live in Woodbridge, Max Marcella, DC News Now.
A lot of heavy hearts there tonight, Max. Thank you. Meanwhile, Virginia State Police sounding the alarm about a rise in deadly pedestrian crashes. A new report shows 11 people have been killed just in the past 2 weeks alone, 20 so far this year across the Commonwealth. Meanwhile, in the district, hundreds of people rallying outside the Israeli embassy this evening in support of Palestine. The rally came after an active duty Air Force member set himself on fire there yesterday in protest of the Israel-Hamas war. And a witness said at one point the 25-year-old could be heard saying he will no longer be complicit in genocide. The airman from San Antonio, Texas, later died from his injuries. And President Biden said he hopes a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas can take effect next Monday. By next Monday, hundreds of Palestinians gathered over the weekend in Gaza City, waiting for desperately needed aid. The ceasefire agreement would pause fighting and allow the release of remaining hostages and include allowing hundreds of trucks to deliver aid into Gaza every day. Negotiators face an unofficial deadline at the start of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan around March 10th. In Virginia, bus services on the Fairfax Connector have been suspended once again tomorrow as workers continue their strike. Negotiations between the union and their contractor, Transdev, failed today. Members of the transit union are accusing Transdev of unfair labor practices and claim they've been negotiating with Transdev since last year. Workers also say they've been working under expired contracts since December. Now, we were out there speaking with workers earlier today. They tell us they're looking for more benefits.
We surveyed our members before negotiations started, and their 1 and 2 asks were retirement and sick leave.
In a statement, the union says Transdev has failed to offer an acceptable deal. We have reached out to Transdev for comment. We are still awaiting a response. Of course, we'll be sure to bring the latest on the strike, both here on air and online, DCNewsNow.com. All right, let's get a first check on the forecast. The Chief Meteorologist, Janessa Webb. Janessa, just a great start to the work week, but tomorrow, I guess, a bit of a trade-off.
Yeah, there's a trade-off with temperatures that are extremely mild across the DMV, back into the middle 60s for your Tuesday and Wednesday. So excited for that. Here's the bad news. We do have to contend with some rain, and it's going to be pretty steady at times, especially going into your Wednesday. Right now, it's very mild. If you stepped outside, I've actually seen people without a coat. It's 53, partly cloudy skies at the 9 o'clock hour with winds coming out of the south. They're very light to variable. And so the winds are going to be kicking up as we go into tomorrow as well. Let's talk temps. 47 for Anne Arundel County into Annapolis, Baltimore County as well. I see you out towards Spotsylvania into Fredericksburg, almost 60 degrees at this hour. Out towards that Mason-Dixon line of Western Maryland, 56 for Washington County, 52 for Martinsburg. So satellite composite radar, a ton of clearing. We did have a few pop-up showers across Northern Virginia earlier this afternoon into your early evening. Things are starting to die down. So hour by hour, we're still going to be in the 50s really overnight. So heaters not cranking for your overnight. Very mild, and even starting off your Tuesday. Look at this, by 5 a.m. still into the middle 40s. We're going to warm up fairly quickly, Chris. By tomorrow, I'm looking around 3, 4 o'clock, middle 60s, but that rain is going to come through. I suggest that you leave home with an umbrella because we do have a moderate rain flow for your evening commute. We'll time things out coming up.
All right, Janessa, thanks. Meanwhile, all new tonight at 9, we now know the fate of a man who pleaded guilty to the 2022 deadly shooting at Bridgewater College in Virginia. Alexander Campbell was handed 2 life sentences in court today. The 29-year-old has been in custody since the shootings. Campus police officers John Painter and J.J. Jefferson were both killed. It later came out that Campbell had previously attended Bridgewater and was a student athlete. Well, facing a $750 million funding gap, Metro is getting feedback this week from passengers about its budget proposal for next year. Our Daniel Hamburg explains the key issues from Silver Spring tonight after the first public hearing.
Many people expressed their frustration for the current situation that Metro is in, urging board members to make sure that there are no service cuts as it relates to especially those with disabilities.
For people with disabilities, this is their lifeline. in terms of transportation.
But if Metro doesn't get the funding it needs, Metro Access could be one of the services reduced, a detriment, says Rob Malone, to those with intellectual and physical disabilities.
Just hearing about it, I almost had a heart attack. If not a heart attack, I certainly had heartburn.
D.C., Maryland, and Virginia have all pledged a combined $480 million to cut into the $750 million deficit. But some say it's still not enough.
Ridership and passenger revenue, while improving, have not fully recovered and are further at risk if severe service cuts are needed to close the deficit.
But customers say their independence is on the line.
We would like you guys, please, to dig deeper in funding this system so that it can stay in place for us to be able to do our daily activities.
Other changes starting July 1st could include service reductions and route cuts to Metrobus, Metro Rail service reductions and station closures, and increased fares and parking rates. If you'd like to make your voice heard in D.C., there is another public hearing Tuesday night at Metro headquarters. In Virginia, Wednesday night, the Arlington County Boardroom, and Thursday, there is a virtual hearing. In Silver Spring, Daniel Hamburg, D.C. News Now.